Wait a minute. Hold up.
Wait a minute. Let me talk about stuff for an hour into a camera and then to my friend as well, because that's
No.
how conversation would go if we were singing a song about it. But now we are singing a song about it, but we're in the conversation. And I run out of breath. Hi.
Hello. Welcome to the
How are
internet
you?
world. Oh, you're talking to me. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Well, I mean, how are you? Also, followers, if you want to answer, listeners, however you want to be addressed. Well, I mean, they could be listening on multiple platforms now, correct, Jarran?
Ah, that is very true. So now we have all of the episodes up on the streaming platforms. What do we got? We got the Spotify.
The
I'm pretty sure
Spotify's.
it does the iHeart radios and the iTunes.
Whoa.
You know, you gotta get that iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Tune
know.
in a little bit.
Who the hell? What else do people use for streaming? I don't think. Oh, like Google Podcasts, because Google taking
Yeah.
over.
I mean, they're the number one, right? They're the conglomerate. The conglomerate. I struggled with that. That didn't work. Let's just brush
That
past
was a
that.
pun, wasn't it? You pun guy.
But no, I've over the week, Jarran's been contacting me with different pieces of work he's been doing on the outside to get this more accessible, wider spread, which is great because hopefully then more people will listen and we can talk about more trash. Speaking of which, have we changed the name officially or have we just ballparked that?
No, we're just like, fuck that, and we're gonna keep it.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically there are about, I'm gonna say there are about 5 talking trashes in podcasts.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this because then I can just we can slowly gain notoriety and eat and slowly dispose of the other talking trashes.
Oh, wait, was that a pun? Did you just pun there?
It was definitely an intentional pun.
Ooh,
that's good.
Puns.
Oh, mate, summer is here. I don't know
dude,
for you,
hot.
but dude, it's friggin' here.
It's
here.
Today was cold though. Today was cold, but in general, it's like it's getting up there. I think it was over the 30s in Adelaide.
We've had 3 back-to-back bangers, like 27, 28 degree days, 23 minimum kind of thing. Like even a little bit overpowering at times. Like I was out today, I was getting sweltered. I have to like sun cream up like crazy, man.
You wear you've never worn sunscreen.
Well, Saturday's made me a slightly smarter man, and now I wear sunscreen before I go out.
I remember back in the day, you're like, not even, bro. Just condition against the sun. Just get sunburned a bunch of times, and you're conditioned.
I did say that. I am a douchebag. That's correct. Jeez, that was definitely one of my old go-to things. Like, nah, man, I just conditioned my skin against the sun. It was ironic, but that's what I was also just like. I wasn't putting on sunscreen, so it was kind of like a deflection. That's quite a skill of mine, actually, just deflect with some humor and then make it forgotten about.
Yeah.
People sometimes request something of me, and I'm like, no, and then I don't do it. It's not probably the most desirable trait.
You.
Yeah, but it's crazy because what is it? Early October. This is a month until summer officially hits, but unofficially summer has arrived.
Yeah.
In Australia, mate.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go up and down. Have you guys had the 2 weeks of rain? That's my theory. You need 2 weeks of solid rain, and then it's usually pretty good after that.
I don't you don't say things like that to me. That's not okay. You can't just say that there's going to be 2 weeks of rain where I am in the world at any given time. That's just rude.
Maybe it's already been, man.
No, man, there's no way it's already been. I would know if it rained for 2 weeks straight, mate. I would probably have depression.
You probably would. Your whole life revolves around being outdoors.
It does, but luckily in saying that, the APES facility have revamped because unfortunately they had to close Chilora. They've revamped the Botany facility, and I'm so excited to go and see the new challenges and try, because they've integrated the spiral floor, and it's a lot more compact, but just a lot of new interesting designs. And I think it's actually a really, really great space to hone skills. So now I'm looking forward somewhat to a rainy day so I can have the excuses to go across there and hammer some stuff.
Rainy day. No, that would be fun. Yeah. Well, that's the problem with Sydney. It's like you get some good weather, but you also get those like crazy tropical storms that come in.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's been a very, very dry season this end. So, like, we haven't copped that much. I was expecting a lot more being home for this period of time, but we've been lucky. And, you know, we could always be in Finland where it's already getting dark.
Dude, yeah, I don't miss that. I don't miss London winters. Just
Well, I
like,
mean, Volteri posted this morning and he's like, gym season begins. The days are getting darker already. I'm like, but
yeah.
it's the total inverse. Like, I might be misquoting the times exactly, but I believe he was saying like it gets like for like a couple of months there, it gets day. It dawns at 9:30, like sunrise 9:30, and sunset is like 4:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like work a 9 to 5, you don't really see daylight.
I found that in London. Like, if you're not out in the middle of the day, it's kind of like, or if you have just like something that you're doing indoors for the day, come out.
I found that in the January, February period when I was there. It was like,
having it like early. What is it? Early spring or is it mid spring? What is it at the moment?
What, right now?
Yeah, it's the first month of spring. It's the second month. It's October. September is the first month of spring.
You're doing well. You're doing well.
Dude,
I'm sure that we've just lost about 7 live listeners from that.
What, because I don't know when spring is?
I just mean us talking about the weather.
Oh, true. Well, you know. And now we can talk about how screwed up the world is.
Oh, yeah.
Because Trump has coronavirus.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? I'm going to ask just, for, general feedback from people as well as yourself. Thinking about starting like a Patreon or a join account where I release one of my videos onto the platform. And I wonder if there'd be like some sort of, audience for that. It's essentially like a subscription based, very small, contribution per week so that I could make content. So I give out free content still, to do videos weekends and Wednesdays, and then I'd probably just like add additional media that I could put out there, like maybe different shit.
Like nudity and stuff? Oh, no, that's an OnlyFans account. Nudity.
Yeah, not that one.
Yeah, all right. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I think you would want to do cool stuff like, I don't know, behind the scenes. Something like that. I don't know.
For sure. I think that's where I put in the talking stuff, and I'd probably also have like a like a forum where we talk about different shit.
Discord server.
Yeah.
Have you ever used Discord?
Bro, do I look like the type of guy that's used Discord before?
Yeah. I actually haven't figured out how to use Discord, but that's where the people do it.
I have a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend
who plays video games and is like, Discord is life.
Of a friend. No, it's actually just one friend. I take all that back. It's just Jimmy the Giant. He's on Discord, so
yeah, man.
Probably help talk through his channels there or something like that. Talk to them. But it's an idea. I think it's something I've always kind of been afraid to do, or like shied away from. Is directly asking people like, hey, do you want to pay for some of the stuff so that I can have more of a self-sustained income? I think it's probably a decent avenue to pursue. So I mean, if any listeners think that's a good idea or they have any thoughts on the matter, just pop them in there and then we can have a conversation later about it.
Well, actually that is a really good question to listeners of what would you want to see on that Patreon.
And what sort of fee would you say is a decent weekly subscription as a consumer? How much would you be willing to pay per week for, probably like 20 minutes of content and access to other exclusive things? That's what I have no idea. This is all just like off the cuff, mate.
Well, there's a few models that I've seen. Like some people,
What, you going to catwalks and stuff, yeah?
Oh, is it what you did there?
No. You mean, yeah.
It was like some people do it per video, on a per video basis. So if you don't get that content out, you don't get the Skrilla.
But that's never been my personal issue, is getting content out.
Yeah, true.
I can get you that content out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's all good.
No, I like that. And it would also be a way for people to get access to you. Send you a message or something. That's definitely a thing on Patreon.
Well, yeah, I think there's like a personalization, and it's also in a way you're opening up that access and having those conversations that maybe people want to have. Like, I have a lot of people asking me dietary things. I have a lot of people asking me this, that, the other. And like personally, other than on here, I'm not willing, or like if I'm going to make a long format video, willing to go into that stuff, because for me it would be
It's fairly off-brand in your
work.
videos.
Well, off-brand my videos, but it's just extra work as well. And so like if people were willing to subscribe for that extra work, then should I put the extra work in? You know what I mean? For sure, I'm all about giving back. If you're gonna show support, I'll fucking do. I work my ass off for shit, obviously, as you see, like every day content.
Where you been training recently, by the way?
Where have we been? I'll get out of Dodge. Just a side note, Saturdays made these amazing donut ball cake things.
Yeah,
and
well,
life's really good.
Fuck you with your glutens.
Yeah, you like that?
You donut bowl cake guy.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I can sum up actually where I've been training locally. Within walking distance, and that may be up to an hour of walking.
Have you been
I've been
walking
living like my
hour?
best Enders life. I'm like WWED. What would Enders do? So I'm treating the north like a small, that's my small town.
Yeah.
So I'm like, as far as the spit, as far as the bridge, the Harbour Bridge, and as far as say like Lane Cove, I'm like, you know what? If I got the time, I'm gonna walk those extra distances, and like just be out in the sun in the beautiful days that are there, because like it's just, I'm really enjoying just walking. And so then I walked down to Milson's Point the other day, and they've recently renovated an area called Sub Platypus Park or something like that. A sub base platypus. And it's like an old submarine base. It's been renovated. 6 setups, but unfortunately, any of like the more meaty stuff that's not like a ground level spot, you'll get kicked out for, because it's not just like, you know, he's pretty chill. Like, I mean, we were exercising, like just doing like acrobatic stuff in one area for so long, no problems. He walked past a few times, no issues. But the second we climbed up onto something and did a few like jumps down onto a box and stuff, then it got a bit like, oh, hey guys, no, I can't do it in this area, kind of thing. Which is a lot of the case with all of the Sydney spots. But, you know, that's the way it goes.
You do what you can do.
Till they ask me to move.
I should have waited literally about a second later, and you would have said, what can you do? And I would have said, you can do what you can do.
Oh, mate, you just missed your zinger. Could you maybe dial your clock in a little bit? And I think it's because you're on Adelaide time.
Speaking of clocks, have you basically got jet lag at the moment?
Nah, man, I didn't even notice, to be honest. I got told like late this afternoon that had happened. And I was like, yeah, cool. I felt like it was daylight a little bit earlier, because, yeah, for the uninformed, it is daylight savings here in Australia, where they wind the clocks back an hour at a certain time of the year and then forward an hour at a certain time. I think this one was forward, right?
Yeah.
They stole an hour from us, those bastards.
Yeah.
Give it back later in the year, please.
Yep.
Goddamn daylight thieves. Yeah, because time's just really subjective, you know what I mean? Time just like, you know, it's linear. It's not linear, bro. You could just fuck with it whenever you want. You know, what is even an hour? What is even like a minute? What is even a second? These are the complex thoughts that go on in my mind, you know what I mean? Who assigned how many milliseconds to a second? Who made milliseconds, you know? Bro, I want to meet that guy.
Good.
I'm done with my monologue. You can get back to it.
It was all right. I was making the sound effects to it. It was good.
Yeah, well, that's the dynamic, 100%, you know?
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't get an instrument out.
Oh, I got enough of them behind me. But, you know, I'm being lazy right now. So
take us through, because I don't think anyone has seen your upgraded studio. Take us through what's new, what you got, what's been imported, what's been exported, what's been downloaded, what's been upgraded.
What has been. So basically, all those books, let's go from the start here. So basically, I had a whole bunch of shit shipped over from the UK. So all those books, I had everything organized into those plastic boxes. So basically, they came out of the cardboard boxes into my little squares. I got a bunch of guitars. I got a crossbow on the wall. Now I also have my turntables, which is good because, if I wanted...
Can you scratch?
No, but if I wanted to learn how to scratch, they're on my table. Yeah.
Do you do much reading?
I do enough. No, I definitely do.
What would you say?
But funnily enough, I've been getting way more into both audiobooks and reading off an iPad. Like some people are like, "Fuck reading off an iPad, you digital motherfucker." I love it. Like
when I was 19, I was reading a couple of books on Adela's iPad in Thailand. I remember that was like really for me easy to digest.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it was like I don't know. I enjoy writing on my phone, funnily enough. Like, but the most reading I do nowadays is on Instagram captions. I don't fucking. I read people's Instagrams. I'm like, cool.
You're getting so much smarter day by day.
I know it, right? They're using good language too, like hashtags and stuff. So I feel like I'm really up in my education game.
Are they doing any like phone speak? Are you?
No, that seems to be dead. People seem to use proper punctuation most of the time, which is quite nice. But man, there's a few things that kill me. People that still like use hashtags mid-sentence. So they're like, I was with my hashtag friends for a hashtag sick day. And you're like, just write your caption. Put your hashtags below, please.
Yeah. True.
Unless it's like I was working with at such and such. That's cool.
Yeah, but that's not a hashtag that's mentioned.
Exactly right. Exactly right. You can mention people, but don't hashtag mid-sentence. It's just cheap. And also, have you seen this? Grinds my gears when people comment their hashtags.
Yeah.
So they like put their caption, their post, and then the next thing they comment is like a copy. And especially because most of those people are copy pasting a bunch of hashtags. They're like literally like, okay, we've got like 15 hashtags and bang. And that's what so one, you're commenting on your own post. I don't care how left and right and you want to put it. You're commenting on your own post. Ha! Lame. Anyway, aside from that, if you, and this is for anyone who wants to grow their Instagram audience, if you use the same hashtags every single post, you are only going to be seen in those hashtags. There is no way for you to branch out and for other people who follow other hashtags to find you. So on Instagram, you can follow hashtags, and a lot of people do follow hashtags like extreme sports or hashtag parkour, hashtag freerunning, hashtag backflip. And so if they follow those hashtags and you use that hashtag, that's how you appear in their feed. Or if they go and search in that hashtag, they'll find you as well. And so the goal is to get to the top of those hashtags. So then in all of those search engines, you're achieving the highest rate of influx. So you need to be diversifying the hashtags you use. So the only same ones I use is brands and sponsors that I work with. Those are the people like, or clothes that I'm wearing in the video. Like then the rest of it, I try to like add new ones every day. I type them all by hand every day and put it in your caption because it's part of the product that you're putting out. It's not, and it's not commented, like it's not a comment thing. I think there's something that also wouldn't work for you. Like I have no scientific proof on this one, but I don't think it'll work for you. Scientifical? Yeah, take that one. Money, bank, boom. Shit. But like, I don't have any proof, but I'm pretty sure the algorithm wouldn't dictate in your favor if you're commenting your hashtags. I feel like that's something that they would like, I see that happening and I'm not going to fly. And I noticed the channels that do that do not grow as well. You could be like that and not grow, or you could be OG like Pasha and never use any hashtags or use like one hashtag a post or less and grow purely on your media. But that's way harder. Yeah. So for me, I've always just like, it's a system. It's an algorithm. Work the system in a easy, how it's meant to be used guide.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are looking at playing the system. And it's always like, oh, look, I hacked the algorithm. But did you?
Use it as a user, man. Like, you know, you like, and I feel like that's more organic as well. If you're like copy pasting your hashtags every day, you're not putting effort in. You're like, yeah, cool. You're smoothing the system that you have to work for, but you can see it, and it becomes generic, and it becomes flavorless instantly. Like, I don't look at the hashtags of a lot of people, especially if it's commented. But something I personally do, and I also like have only done this because I've seen it done tastefully before, is if you look through some of my hashtags, like I get weird with them. And start like having a conversation with myself within the hashtags, and losing trying to hit like good hashtags, and just have fun with like being like comedic with it, because there's like an irony to the fact that I'm using hashtags all the time personally.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit like
Yeah, I get that completely. Dude, I don't even remember the last time I posted on Instagram.
You sicken me.
I literally don't.
I've definitely seen a decline this year, and I would say not only because of the old COVID, but also just the social perception and opinion of Instagram. I've seen like a decline in posting.
Yeah.
The reasons contributing for the parkour scene are more specific, like with save your clips being a more prevalent thing. So people are like, instead of putting out their best media every day, they're saving it for a YouTube video, which they feel will have more impact, or they feel will be more memorable to them in the end, and create more nostalgia and community value. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping, is that they create more community love videos out of that, and not just everyone just goes, I'm going to save my clips and make super sick videos of me, because that's not the point of what Jimmy was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I've found, I don't know, I'm wondering, is the consumption of media on like Instagram, is that still up there though? Like, do you think that people just became more consumers and they're like, no, fuck it, I can't be bothered trying to be a content creator?
No, I think the social view of it has changed, and a lot of people have started to stave away and spend less time, especially on those apps, because of, I haven't watched The Social Dilemma. I think that's something I might watch just because of like what I work in and that sort of thing. But even from that, like I've just like deleted a bunch of social media because of this social dilemma, blah, blah. It's like, that's great. But I feel like that's buying into the negativity of things, instead of like, if more people just tried to be a positive system and use it positively for like what its benefits can be, like, and just stop caring about the fuckwits that are on there, and stop buying into all the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Stop following those people that are using it for that shit, and start following it for like your friends or your family or some sort of connection. Like, I use it for my parkour bubble. Literally everybody I follow is either somebody I'm like a good friend with, a long-time friend, or they're within my parkour bubble. Like, there's no, like, I don't follow any politicians, I don't follow any comedians, I don't follow any political meme pages, I don't follow any meme pages for that matter. Like, you
Not
don't
even a
have to use it for
parkour
that.
meme page.
I don't think any of them have been good enough to deserve a follow yet.
Oh, really?
Maybe I follow PKFR memes, but I don't think so. But yeah, it's like, there hasn't been one that's like super fucking hilarious yet for me. They kind of all go a bit funnier. Like, they have a few funny ones, and then they go like, I'm just gonna make memes for the sake of making them, instead of like the actual comedic aspect.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, somebody commented on the it's one of the recent videos, and he's like, "Hey man, just like, I want to let you know that the music choices are kind of and the placement of it is like making the video come across comedic." And like, and it's losing like the wow style or whatever. And I was like, dude, I'm not trying to make wow videos. I'd rather make you laugh. Like that. I'm glad to hear that feedback, because for me personally, it's like parkour and just like, not like comedy in the sense of me doing skits or me doing stand up or anything like that. I just want it to be something that's enjoyable and makes you laugh. I want you to see the funny side of things that are happening, and even have the music complement that, so it's like us being silly, because we don't like, no one that's out in my videos with my sessions, or not no one, but most people aren't taking it incredibly seriously. They're all just there to intrinsically move, and then we like record it for the sake of recording it. Like a lot of guys don't record their shit. And I'm like, hey, can I film you? And they're like, oh, okay. And then later they're like, oh, can I take that clip? I'm like, yeah, man. Like it's, you know, it's very organic and enjoyable, and so I want to portray that in the videos. I don't want to be like this serious, like it's like the once a month compilation. That's what that's for. That's your intent. It's in a playlist called Hype Compilations. How much more want of that can you get?
I think you should have another playlist just called Hype Hype Hype.
And only put my millies in there? What?
Yeah, only put your millies in there. Only put your yearlies in there.
Speaking of which, Jan, I don't know if you saw, but we hit 140,000 subscribers. So thank you to every single one of those.
Boom.
Boom. Because I was sitting on 139 for a long time.
Oh, really?
A couple of weeks in my perception. Everything's kind of warped because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, who knows?
Dude, I didn't realize it was Monday. I found out about this podcast about 5 hours ago. I'm like, oh.
Hey, at least I was switched on one this week. I think we got to like 10 past 8 one week. You're like, hey, man. I'm like, oh shit. It was like in the middle of the cooking dinner. I was like,
Well, it's not like you really have to get ready.
These are delicious Saturday. You're amazing.
You have the podcast chair.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get dressed. What else do you need to do? Oh, you need to plug in your headphones and plug in your microphone. Oh, webcam as well. 3 things, man. 3 things.
That's a pretty big deal for me. I don't think I plug 3 things in systematically at any other time during the week. Think about it. That's a privilege, bro. You get that. That's for you.
Oh, it's for me.
Uh-huh.
It's for me.
Totally selfless.
Yeah.
One second, I'm eating another like muffin donut thing.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. So I didn't realize that. Have you ever taken a normal person to somewhere like Bounce, and they've just been like, "What do I do on a trampoline?" Because I
can't say I've taken anyone, but I have seen people who like don't know how a trampoline works.
And they kind of freak out.
They get on the trampoline, and then they're like try to like push through it instead of letting it bounce them, and then like every time they like collapse and stuff. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah. And that's the thing, they kind of dead sailor when they've basically hit the trampoline, and they just don't know how to take that airtime in the slightest.
Well, it's very worrying. I feel like, you know, it's a basic coordination thing. But not everyone grew up with that sort of like lifestyle and activity. Like I'm often blown away by how many people like haven't done sport, haven't done something physical with their life. They've just, you know, finished school and that was all they did. They did school and went home.
Yeah. People that can't ride bikes.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think of also in there's certain situations where people just couldn't afford a bike.
True.
You know? And so like, it's just so many different families and backgrounds of different things. Like, I feel fortunate personally that I was more based in like physical activity and stuff like that growing up, because I was able to pursue that industry from an easier standpoint. Like if I wanted to pursue academia, I don't think I would have been in the most fortuitous family situation for that, because everybody else around me would have been focused on sport and something physical themselves. Yeah. So I would have been like less, like it's not like I would have been less supported, but you know when you've got like common things as a group.
Yeah, of course.
Group mentality, that kind of thing. Yeah, I guess. I've been writing bits and pieces, but I'd say as an estimate, I have no idea how much more really, but I would say I'm like 1/3 of the way through writing the book.
Really?
Yeah. So I've gotten to the very exciting stage where I find parkour in my life. I didn't realize it was an autobiography. I wasn't like trying to write an autobiography, but that's what it is by like genre. But yeah, it's been a process. Like I definitely have times where it's, full pace and I can write, chapters, and then sometimes I write like a paragraph and then I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna do something else. But I don't
still
think I'm
doing
in a
this on your
rush.
phone, yo.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just like, because sometimes that I can also do voice to text. So if I'm walking along and I'm thinking about it, I can just pull my phone out. Boop. Oh yeah, edit this, that, comment this, because I'm just gonna go back and edit it anyway later, so it doesn't have to be like perfect grammatically. And I can use heaps of words like scientifically.
No, scientifically is right.
Scientifical.
Scientifical.
Yeah. Yeah, I can use heaps of awesome made up words like that. But it's also given me like weirdly, I guess, not inspiration, but like I feel like ideas for like more writing things I would love to do after.
Yeah. You're actually
just,
enjoying
like,
writing?
Yeah. I don't enjoy reading that much, but I quite like writing. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a cool process. I mean, even if a lot of stuff I wouldn't end up maybe releasing, I think it's a nice outlet for the brain. And also that goes like hand in hand, because I think I started to write down a lot more of the raps that we were doing with Marks and work on like poetic techniques, construction of like verse and lyrics and that sort of thing, which expanded my vocabulary and also gave me this small practice of writing. And then now I'm just like, this is exciting.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
And then see if I make a join, then I can release like short bits and like little writing exposés and stuff on there. Boom.
Join?
Boom.
You mean that Patreon?
Yeah, there's heaps of names. There's heaps of different ones.
Oh, really?
If I start an OnlyFans, but only for writing stuff, like only for like words on a screen.
Generally getting naked, that kind of thing. That is what OnlyFans is for, right?
So it's what it's become. It wasn't actually, as far as I know, its original design as a website. It was like any other thing, but they kind of had hinted at that with their marketing, and like they had, a lock button, and it felt a lot more secretive than most of the other ones, which are like, join, support me, or Patreon, be a part of my like bubble, be a part of my thing. And it definitely has now, through COVID, boomed and become like a very sexually based website or product or whatever you want to call it, subscription service.
Wow.
Everyone just became like, I like apparently Aaron Carter's on there jerking himself off.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, it's weird. It's weird. It's like the flesh online industry definitely confuses me somewhat, because it's like, yeah.
I don't get that.
Not something I've ever been a part of, so I can't exactly weigh in on the subject. You know what I mean? I don't feel like,
Yeah, of course. But just
we're going to try that world first, just get out there and pay for all my pornography, and then I can tell you my opinions on it.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Just send me your credit card number, Jarran.
Which one?
Humble
flex. Shit. No, but it's just crazy because, like, say those people wouldn't get into porn or they wouldn't get into camming, but they're basically doing that anyway. And it will probably end up on a porn site because people will just screen capture that shit.
Well, I think that's one of the things that has come about with like the social media stuff is a societal kind of drop in what is acceptable. Social acceptability of what is the norm has gone way down. Like I'm, surprised. Like, you're talking about people who are doing like jackass style stunts in there. Like they're not getting paid millions of dollars to do it. They're just making a couple of viral videos, and they're still putting themselves in severe risk and that sort of thing. Like for potential clout online. And that's what's even more dangerous, is the societal like acceptability of like, yeah, you can just do that. That's fine. Oh, they're just doing that for online, just doing it for online videos. Like, nah, motherfucker, that's not cool. You need to make sure that you are safe in your life. You're doing things for the right reasons.
Yeah. But
then, I'm pro-choice of like what people want to do. So I'm like, if you think online's the right reason, guess that's fucking good enough, isn't it? Because you put fuck, I don't know. So unbiased, mate. I can't like stick to an opinion.
All right, good segue here. Good segue. Let's talk about
Probably
segues.
the T13 or the S21. Personally, haven't ridden the S21, but I've heard great reviews. The T13 is like, you know, good if it's got the knee wedge, so you don't have to actually hold the hands. It's a little bit more tricky to handle, but
Are these
you can
actually
then
the
hold
names
things.
of segues?
Mate, if they were actually the names, I would be like, but I just made most of it up and then also talked about.
All right,
stuff
this
I
is
knew,
what you
so
do.
It's like a half lie, so therefore you know it's more believable.
Oh yes.
And I said it with confidence.
Yes. Oh, good.
Have you ridden a Segway?
No, not at all. Closest
Bro.
is an electric skateboard.
Have you even lived, Jarran? Like, geez, do you even step outside that studio and just like step onto vehicles that are like magic clouds that ride with your body weight leading forwards and backwards?
No. Good point. Those one-wheel things, they look fucking intense. Didn't Anand ride one of those?
His one was like a delight, man. If you knew how to ride that thing, you could fly. I've ridden some like jankier models that are a little bit heavier or like lighter footed, and they kind of like you a bit more. Once you get used to it, it's like Anand used to just be like, I don't walk anywhere. He would like leave his apartment on it and then get in the elevator and like balance on it in the elevator all the way down, and then go out his front door and like nod at the people on the way past, go down this ramp into the mall, just through the shops in the mall, like out the front of his like waiting for food. Like he just didn't walk. It was like the next phase in human evolution.
Wow.
If you're that good, you just and like everything's ramps where you are, you can just go.
Damn,
but they're a pain to carry because they're really heavy.
They are. So it seems, because
so you have to have the right setup.
Yeah.
I'd say those boards that have the remote, then the twins have them and Greg has them.
Like an electric skateboard.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty gangster.
Yeah. But they get heavy as well. I had one that was like up there at about 15 kilo. I had like the biggest one you could get, but still.
That's true actually. That they haven't figured out a way to make like the mechanics weightless yet.
It's pretty hard to
magnets,
make things,
bro. Magnets is the answer.
And we're just gonna hover the fuck around everywhere. Actually, magnets pretty heavy too.
Yeah, but if they're light magnets, see, you're not like on the Elon Musk level of.
Sorry,
thought.
I'm not scientifical enough.
Yeah, exactly. Probably go get your scientific degree.
Shit. All right, no, this is what I actually wanted to talk about. Seeing as the world is on this tipping point where shit literally could go crazy, what would you do if society just completely fucked up? We're not talking about in this situation.
Okay. First, I'm going to take you back to the start of it. The world's not at a tipping point, mate. It's just like everyone's just all up in their own arsehole about everything, hey?
I'd like
it. We're fine. We've survived worse. We have more knowledge than we've ever had, guys. Just calm the fuck down. We'll be okay.
Oh, it's not so much the it's not so much the knowledge thing. It's for me, it's the American elections. Like that could be pretty funny.
Where do you live, Jarran? It could definitely be funny.
All right. Are you saying
that funny?
Are you saying that a civil war in America would not influence Australia?
I don't believe that there will be a civil war of that magnitude.
Yeah, I know.
Personally.
But isn't it fun to...
Okay, yes, if we're living out the hypothetical, look, do I have an axe or do I have a sword?
That's all we're doing.
Do I have an axe or a sword?
You have a shovel.
Fuck. Oh, well, that's very Aussie digger stuff. I guess, do I have